Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifier for the Europe region, as we have one final series left over, and it's going to be between ForGG and First.
That's right, the final two players here in the lower bracket to join Vortex. Which one will it be to go to the Intel Extreme Masters in San Jose? And it's going to be a sexy event like the sexy intro and bumpers that we have for the new Intel Extreme Masters. It's so awesome to see. Well, let's find out which player's going to go through. It's really down to the wire now.
All right, let's get into it then. Spawning up to the top left, it is our blue Protoss representing TCM. It is First. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, it's our red Terran representing Millennium. It's ForGG.
So both of these players in StarCraft 2 in a very similar but different kind of role where they're trying to get these results but not quite getting them, as in First is a player who shows brilliant some games, but then he can't really get past the top 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he got once at DreamHack Summer this year, but during WCS, he kind of failed in Season 3, where we really thought he was going to do well, but he lost in the round of 32.
To Yoda.
But sometimes in some tournaments he's done very good, but sometimes he falls so far.
Yeah.
And ForGG is very similar. In some tournaments he's a beast. I mean, ForGG's got 3 top 4 finishes this year now, and then he's also lost in the round of 32 multiple times as well. So both players hitting results sometimes, also messing up some other times as well. But ForGG is the player who's had a better year overall for sure between the both of them.
Yeah.
ForGG had a great just past season in WCS, getting to top 8. He got that top 4 at DreamHack Stockholm as well, where he almost made it to the grand finals, falling just short of the mark. And one of these players is going to go to the Intel Extreme Masters. First qualified in first place, the last one we ran, which was for the Intel Extreme Masters in Toronto. But now, coming up for the next one in San Jose, can he get a repeat qualification, or is ForGG for the first time in a while going to play at Intel Extreme Masters? The last one he played was earlier this year in Cologne, a while back now.
How far did he get in that, if you can recall?
Top 16-ish.
Ah, okay. It was a really stacked Intel Extreme Masters, to be fair.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good players there. In the end, Hero winning out against Polt, of all people. After Polt looked on fire against Protoss there, but was not to be in the very final. It's very late, that final, if I recall. Really late. Did you cast that with Todd?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, ForGG didn't quite make it out the group stages, finished in 3rd place.
Yeah.
Just shy of the top 8.
Oof. Well, that probe almost got an SCV.
Yes, he did.
After being locked in.
So, I mean, we've already seen First play today with against Yoda in his Protoss versus Terran, and kind of showed a bit of diversity with his strategies. Very reactionary. Did prefer the Templar style of opening overall today. But we'll see what we expect from ForGG. ForGG's been mixing it up a little bit recently. He's been playing a couple of weird strategies, but has mostly been sticking to the basic. But look at this. Because he hasn't opened up for a Reaper and not an SCV Scout, he's actually got a command center inside his main base.
Yeah, which it doesn't really need it to be up there. It could be on spot.
Yeah.
So, but it's because he hasn't spotted anything himself.
No, he's playing it super safe here. And he's also going for quite a fast factory here as well. So at the moment, this could turn into a Widowmine or Hellion kind of drop with Marines. Kind of a funky opening here, but the Mothership Core is going over to the other side of the map and is going to have a quick look. He knows he doesn't have to stay at home because he knew there's no Reaper because he was over the other side with the probe. And he's going to have a look over, and to be honest, he'll see the no command center, then we'll probably edge and skirt around the outside of the main base and see this factory. And he's going to start to prepare.
Yeah, he should be fine with the information he's going to gather. He's also got the Stargate on the way on this right-hand side, so unfortunately for ForGG, because he hasn't scouted out and he doesn't know any of the pylon positionings, he's going to have a hard time really spotting this, unless it is going to be that medevac going over there super fast with that starport.
Well, the Oracle can work and also work badly here. I mean, if it gets into the mineral line, he skirts around, he can do a lot of damage into the SCV line naturally, but it also could hurt him if he doesn't have a second one to help defend here. He has a photon overcharge, doesn't really have a wall set up to prevent Hellions from running around or the medevac from dropping the Marines somewhere. So, to be honest, I think it might be good for him to build either a second Oracle or fast second, third gateway to make sure he's safe against this type of weird opening here, because he knows there's no command center down on the low ground, which is unusual in itself.
Yeah, he's got to be really, really careful about how he plays this. It depends which direction the medevac's actually going to take, because if it goes left and through this watchtower vision, it could be quite menacing, but he could go straight through the middle as well.
I love first wall here. Really nice. Pylon, 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 and a gateway. And it's a 3-unit wall off there. And he's about to get that 3rd unit too. Oracle's off to do its duty to the SCV line. This game could end fast.
Yeah, it could.
Photon overcharge is ready. And there will be 2 of them almost, but he's got to get the stalkers in the wall.
Yeah, right now they're just positioned out in the front, really not in the best of spots. Robo's started up behind this pretty quickly, but the medevac, because the Hellions spotted out in the middle, they know that the middle is free to push through, and he's just going to go straight in for this.
At the Hellions in the wall!
Okay, he's going to actually work on these stalkers, and then once they're gone, he can just run straight up into the main if he wants to. This is pretty devastating. He doesn't have energy for another photon
overcharge. Now the Oracle's coming back. I don't know why he didn't really make a wall off.
Yeah,
he's a little bit unlucky with the gateways finishing up with Warp Gate just after this happened, but he was expecting this to be in the main.
Yeah, and he spotted the Stargate during all of this as well, so any reinforcements, are they there to prepare? No, it doesn't look like it, so the Oracle could do some damage, but he already killed off 20 workers. That's massive.
Not the best defense here from first, but he does have the Oracle to maybe redeem himself.
And there's nothing else there, really. The Viking's on the way, but he's going to really kind of equalize things out just a little bit here. Marines to be able to try and shoo this away, actually goes straight into the engagement with the Marines, kills all those off. The Viking is going to be the savior.
Viking.
We bought enough time, ha ha ha.
Yeah, okay. 21 probes for ForGG, only 6 here for first. Oof. See, if he'd had, you know, a wall off with the Stalkers, he could have prevented the Hellions from... Well, I mean, the Hellions would have started to attack anyway, but they wouldn't have got a full surround, which did more damage than if they would do if it was just a wall. He could have also brought the Mothership core down for a photon overcharge earlier and then bought himself enough time to warp in additional units. But he was defending 2 areas rather than just 1, because he expected the Medivac to drop maybe inside the main base and the Hellions to kind of run around or vice versa. And unfortunately, the attack was all together, and that hurt.
Well, second Oracle is going to be moving out here for first to try and even things up even further. But overall, I mean, it's 36 workers, 234. So the Nexus being at the natural location compared to ForGG's earlier on.
ForGG's planning to siege outside the natural at first as well. He's got the Vikings left at home. He's got a Banshee as well. 2 tanks going to siege underneath that natural, you'd imagine. And then with the Banshee, he can start dealing damage. The Medivac can help out too. He could, well, by the looks of it, the way he's going, he could go for a frontal attack, I suppose. But
it looks like he is. The Observer just saw all this, though, right? How much did it see? It saw the SCVs come in with it at least, so he must know that something's going on.
Well, the Oracle's going to come in. Hopefully this gets a lot of damage and buy himself time to defend.
Certainly not expecting that second Oracle to really start ramping up the pressure. The Viking's going to come back now to help on out, but needs to keep these 2 siege tanks alive. Immortal is on the way. And Dark Shrine during all of this. Wow.
Yeah. Well, the Oracle's still doing damage inside the main base. And the siege up and containment is real on this right-hand side.
Oh, those sentries. They were so close to death during that first volley. How far can that tank reach? Just a little. Can it even hit those probes? It's very, very close.
But just buy time right now. There's a pylon on the other side of the map. These DTs are going to be insane. Phoenix is coming out to help deal with this Medivac to get rid of the range. Actually, Photon Overcharge did help out a little bit there.
It's a really good idea. Really good idea. I mean, most people would just completely ignore that, but the Banshee is sneaking around the back as well here. He threw down a photon cannon in anticipation for it.
Well, the Phoenix is going to help out wonders against that Banshee.
Yeah.
If that cannon's complete in time.
Wants to push away the medevac, but it was being repaired.
Lost the photon overcharge in the Mothership core.
Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot, especially with the Banshee also killing off some workers at the back here. ForGG is playing this out stellar. It's really cool to see this kind of style.
You kind of saw the Dark Shrine, but it's a little late. I mean, there's nothing he can really build. There's no engineering bay. He's got a bit of energy saved, but he's got no units at home.
2
DTs, yeah. And all first needs to do is just hold on, and he can take this map here. And the 2 DTs are coming in, and the scan's been used aggressively.
Oh,
he saw the Dark Shrine, but he didn't see it.
That's not good. Separating those up, every single SCV is going to die. He's got to just have to go for the complete base trade. Anything else is not going to work out here.
Yeah, but he can't attack up this.
There's 2 Immortals holding their own against all of these Marines as well. The siege tanks can't move forward.
He can warp in the DT aggressively now too.
Defensively?
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. He's lost so many workers.
Yeah, Raven's on the way, but
what a crazy game! Of all the ways for this to kind of devolve into.
Well, he's going to need a DT walked in. He hasn't got any money right now. He's adding on extra gateways.
Picks up a siege tank, trying to keep that shut down, but those Marines are doing a lot of damage here.
Here comes the DT a little bit late, but...
Does he have enough energy for scans or something?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
2.
Well, can deal with one of them at least.
Oh, what a weird one.
Whoa. All right, he has...
There's no SCVs left.
The Raven is the killer, right? Surely.
Yeah.
I mean, well, anything is the killer here because this army's too strong. Yeah, another scan.
How does this go from one way to the other?
It's crazy. Oh my. Well, I guess this game happened, and I'm quite glad it did because it was a lot of fun in a short space of time. ForGG playing as he plays. Another Dark Templar warping in, but it's not even going to make a difference.
I mean, there's no scans left, but the Raven's on its way, as you said, so...
Yeah. Just needs to pick everything up, run away. Well,
join up with the Raven. Oh my golly gosh.
Where's the Raven? Help us! Okay, there you are. And that's the nail in the coffin, unfortunately, for first.
Yeah, he's like, no, you got a Raven.
Yeah.
I've only got DTs.
Yeah, I guess I lose then. Does he have any more units? No, it's just 2 Dark Templars, and he can't really do much more. So yeah, this got strange, and in the end, First is going to try and stay in it for the base trade, but he has a few Stalkers as well at the back here.
God, ForGG just really mixing things up recently. I mean, we saw a fully mech play from him earlier against Zerg, and now this against Protoss. And I mean, that's it. The First can't do anything. He can't do anything.
Yeah. It's great to watch ForGG play sometimes because he just busts out this kind of stuff. The straight to contain with bunker wall and making it very difficult for First to answer with anything.
Yeah.
Banshee even out now. I mean, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? There is an observer there at least to kill that off, but any Stalker he gets, any unit he gets is nice.
Yeah, I don't know what First game plan is. And he's got 2 Stalkers and a couple of DTs, but...
GG.
Yeah, he can't do anything there. And ForGG, 1 game away here from qualifying for the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose.
And it's so strange how we get these kind of the qualifiers playing out, because more often than not do we see a player going through the entirety of the lower bracket and just completely making a statement. And ForGG so far, I mean, he's eliminated really, really strong players along the way. So he's monster moding this.
Yeah, ForGG started off versus Bling with a win, then lost versus Sanctuary to beat Harston, Snoot, Yoda, Sanctuary in the rematch, and then potentially First here. So it's a very epic lower bracket run there for ForGG. Very epic indeed. If he's able to close this one up 2-0, yep, that's definitely a good run. That's I don't think it's quite up there with Snoot's run from Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen, but it's definitely a good one.
That was the most ridiculous run, considering it was Snoot versus Korea.
Yeah.
And Snoot was triumphant. So for now, we're going to wait for game number 2. ForGG, though, taking that 1-0 lead in, again, not exactly the most orthodox of ways. And that's the great thing about watching ForGG. He just likes to bust out crazy builds whenever he wants and win with them. So
yeah, I mean, I gotta feel that First is like, I had that and it escaped me. Because it was a good defense initially. I mean, the Oracle got so much damage done, and from that point he's like, okay, this game is over. And the Dark Shrine worked wonderfully, but he just, I mean, you don't even need at that point to defend from the natural. And, you know, his probe pull was late. He could have gone to the main. He could have warped in a DT earlier. There's no need for a 4th and 5th gateway. There's just so many small things that could have adjusted to give him a better slot and chance there. Looks like we've been hosted into the wrong map.
Oh, well, I guess we'll leave that one then.
Yeah.
Okay, so overall, though.
Yeah, Foxtrot's the second map here.
Yeah, okay. I think this is ForGG's tournament now. To win and advance on San Jose. First is going to have to pull out something pretty miraculous, because ForGG is looking on point.
I mean, ForGG is, if he's able to qualify for this tournament, he's got DreamHack Winter, and that's it for the rest of the year. DreamHack Winter, I suppose maybe if he competes at Home Story Cup, I'm not sure if he is or not yet, but there's those 2 tournaments that he's playing in, and then there'd be this one in December. And ForGG currently is playing very well, probably the best he's played in a long, long time. Terranor doing well at the same time, so it's a nice combination of both. And he could compete with the best in San Jose for sure. I mean, he's got it inside him. We know that as well. The Intel Extreme Masters tournaments are so stacked, so very, very stacked. They have been for about a year now or so.
Yeah.
Every single tournament is like top-tier quality set of players.
I mean, don't forget, we've got the Korean qualifier coming up this week.
Right.
So I think it's
Well,
Wednesday and
the
Thursday.
Asian qualifier.
Oh.
I know people like to call it the Korean qualifier.
Yeah, the first one's the Korean qualifier, and then the Thursday is the Asian qualifier.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
So I know we're going to have a great set of players at the tournament for sure, but it'd be nice to have ForGG there.
Yeah.
You're not taking anyone away from first, but I think it's ForGG's time to win a tournament.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he can do that as we're into game number 2 now to see if he can advance on to 0. So Foxtrot Labs will be the map. Down to the bottom right-hand corner, it is our blue Protoss. It is TCM first. And up to the top left-hand corner, it's our red Terran. Currently leading 1-0, it's Millennium's ForGG.
Yeah, so Foxtrot here can... This is a map that can play out pretty wild as well. So we've seen wild already in game number 1. This one can play out similar too.
Yes, it can. And ForGG, the cool thing about it is even if it doesn't end up in a wild early game, he likes to just expand towards his opponent and take the gold really quickly against most people and then make it go crazy from there on out. And he's a scary guy to play against. First, we've already seen him playing against Yoda, and we already saw all that Templar Archive shenaniganry being straight to that kind of play.
I mean, he couldn't do anything in that game. He couldn't get into the swing of things.
No, he could not.
I wonder if we'll see something similar to ForGG here again, if he's going to open up in a similar pattern. Because, oh no, he's actually going to go towards the Reaper this time, a 12 gas instead of the 15. But, I mean, he still easily could, after the faster expansion here, go for a similar style. It's the Hellion Marine style.
On a map like this, you can place down pylon up this top left for first and deny a little bit of this area from a Reaper jumping up and down, which is always kind of nice. But of course, there is this ledge on the left-hand side as well, which is normally exploited by the Reaper. So we'll see which direction ForGG wants to go to.
Yeah, nice and easy pathway into the main base, and also jumps around the main. I think first is going to be the player on the back foot a little bit more in this series, just kind of adapting a little bit more. Because ForGG, like I mentioned, is capable of anything, really.
He just throws curveballs. Last game was a big curveball.
I think it'd be very smart for this probe to leave and then come back in, a minute's time to see if it's a factory follow-up or not.
When he knows the Reaper's left. And
yeah. Because the Reaper's definitely going to be going to the other side of the map. I think that's really smart, especially because the way that ForGG's playing is very, as you mentioned, unpredictable. This could be just a reactor, then expansion and barracks, or it could be factory.
The probe looks like it's going home, though, of all things. So sending out another probe into the middle to have a look around, I guess. But other than that, it's command center behind all of this. And Reaper is going to head along there and have a look around and spot pretty much everything.
Yep, if he's not going to try and go in to get any more information, because now will be the perfect time.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be very confident in his build choice.
Yes, he is. It might be Stargate again. I mean, there are options available to him. This pylon down to the bottom left-hand corner, I mean, what is it doing other than hiding tech down there? As, for now, at least he spots this pylon position, even does a little lap of it. And the Mothership Core will push it away for now, but gets confirmation of the Nexus, and he sees basically only the one gas, which is the most important part of all of this.
ForGG is the regular follow-up here, 3 barracks in total. We'll get 1 Tech Lab, and then the other just produce Marines usually. Then he can choose Tech Lab Stim, Combat Shields, whatever.
That's a very quick forge by first.
Yeah, he used this earlier today for a very fast armor upgrade and spent no chrono boost on the forge at all, but still had a very fast 1-1 timing. It ended up into a Colossus fake. Single Colossus into Temple Archives pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's on merry-go-round.
You are correct.
See if he wants to go down the similar way and be a nice and easy pattern for us to pick up on.
And this Reaper is just scouting out everything on the left-hand side, making sure there's no proxies going on. ForGG really covering his bases. So, aside from that...
he's chosen Concussive Shells, though, as his choice from the Tech Lab. So he's going to move out here with the first Marauder.
It's a strong push-out. It's a very strong push-out.
Against a Sentry and a Stalker, currently, and the Mothership called Photon Overcharge.
Was it first game on Merry-Go-Round he did this Forge play, or was it... Do you remember what map it was on?
Merry-Go-Round.
Was it? Okay, so if I recall correctly, he really didn't have that many units at the beginning of that game. But he may have... I think he went to Starport. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll stop trying to recall and just go off what we're seeing now, which is the Robo down at a decent timing. So We'll see how this is going to play out, because this is quite a quick push.
If that Stalker doesn't react fast, it will get caught by concussive shells and it will die.
Marauder needs to lead.
That's all that ForGG's done, just adjusted a little bit, just the concussive shells before stim, and then second gas, so we'll see the factory and engineering bay shortly. But if that Stalker gets caught, Marauder's at the front. Gotta be super fast reactions. He was fast, but not fast enough.
No. And that's a great little move here by ForGG.
Anything you can get here is a win. And that Stalker's already a win. Pylon on top of that as well.
Yeah.
That's good. Now back off. That's good. Stalker and Pylon for a Marine.
Nicely done. Gets the supply block in there. Behind all of this, he's making SCVs. He's getting his factory up. He's getting a second gas. Sorry, third gas even, I should say.
Yeah, only thing's missing is the engineering bay, but that should be added on here. But perfect build so far from ForGG. And so it is the Colossus, but we'll see if he fakes out from this, because he did when he had the same build before. It's just a single Colossus, then fake. And then over to Twilight Council pretty swift.
I thought he was turning around there for the Observer, but doesn't scan for it or anything like that. He's just turning around because he has a lot of units, so why on earth not?
Yeah, second Photon Overcharge will just about be ready. 5 more seconds on it. Or 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But
this poke out's really annoying though. And there's still a lot of units. The Observer's going to steal these extra units, and he is a little wary. He has to be wary.
Another Pylon, and then maybe back off. Photon Overcharge down now.
And there's the Photon Overcharge.
So 2 Pylons, a Stalker for 1 or 2 Marines there.
It's a really nice trade.
Very good.
The supply blocks are the biggest deal in it. It's really, really strong.
Yeah, that's stopping the first Colossus there, slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, that being said, ForGG was supply blocked a little bit as well, so tit for tat in the end.
Warp Prism squeezed out though. I'm going to do some harassment since ForGG's been super aggressive.
And this is still all spotted at the front here by this Observer, so he knows that this Warp Prism can be successful in its small engagement into the mineral line.
ForGG's got a very because he's done this small jabbing throughout the game. Now he's got stim finished, and now with no Photon Overcharge.
Yeah.
This first Colossus is very important.
Force fields are going to have to be on point.
It's not ready yet. The Colossus stim is done.
He's going to take down a whole gateway to start things off. And
very patient play here by ForGG. He's not stimming.
Force fields need to be good, because if the stim hits... Oh, okay, he gets himself a few probes. He's not looking for big, big damage. He's just looking for these small pokes and prods.
He knew the Colossus is out, so... And then, of course, he's got to deal with his Zealots.
They've got themselves quite a few workers. 12 in total. 13. Good, a good little recovery point there for first.
Nice counter indeed.
And that forces all the units back home in the end. He realizes he can't deal with the Colossi, and no force fields were actually thrown out during that defense. So in the end, first got away with quite a bit.
But now what we can see from ForGG is either a stim towards the front Colossus or a drop in the main base.
Yeah.
There is one Observer, whether it sees the Medivacs or not.
If he goes before the extra gateways, I mean, there's not really going to be that much force at all here for first.
ForGG's playing a great game.
He is. It's really, really good.
Double Medivacs are spotted, but that's all the units to the main base, and there's still a lot coming towards the natural too. And this is, by the way, all 3 barracks, just consistent production here.
Warp Prism going into the natural, though, to look to kill off more SCVs. And if he does kill more SCVs, then ForGG has got to do something with this potential damage here.
Well, here we go.
Oh, Stalkers are in position to try and deal with that, but they don't get the Medivac in the end. And he needs to pull back and just kite back against these Zealots and poke at the front at the same time. This is going to be...
He's going to beat these units in the main.
Oh, he's going to beat the units in the main, and then the 2 Colossi were pretty vulnerable. They didn't have these sentries with them. If he actually just went, I mean, he's lost a lot of workers behind this. Not too many, though. 17 in the end. He'd already lost like 13 or 14 before. He's going to get blink by the looks of things if he kills off all of these units.
The Colossus are coming, which means the units on the natural are going to stim towards the Nexus.
Yeah, this could be an opportunity if he actually takes it. He realizes it as he pulls away in the main base with this Medivac, but at the same time, first he's trying to scramble back to this Nexus. It's under fire. If ForGG can get this could be his opportunity. Oh wow.
The Nexus.
Perfect choice.
And now run away.
Flee.
Because this is perfect. It's perfect for ForGG now. He's ripped him apart from the very first set of units that moved out with concussive shells. He picked that StarCraft from there.
It's actually been beautiful.
It's been a very good game from ForGG.
His unit composition is going to be strong. His income is powerful behind all of this. And with the Viking numbers rising and the second starport on the way, what stops ForGG from just bulldozing this?
The Templar Archives.
The Templar, where is it?
It's just finished up. So this is the one ace in the hole.
He started to storm and then stops again. He's like, I don't know if I can afford this.
Yeah, that's the one ace in the hole that he has.
I don't think he's even going to be able to get storm for ages and ages.
Well, if he doesn't, then he will die. Storm is the only saving grace in this game now.
Yeah.
He's far behind on units, as you said. The Viking count's going to be too high. So Colossus out of the game. He cannot compete with the Bioforce because his economy's shut. Storm is the only way. Without Storm, this game might as well end. It's too much.
I mean, what stops him even with going with these 4 next Vikings that pop? Yeah. He'll have 10 Vikings, and then he will completely crush.
Yeah, he needed to try to squeeze Storm, I suppose. But, I mean, even then, if he got Storm, he was going to have to hit them. And, of course, you can dodge them. So even that wasn't a guaranteed win. It was, like I said, the ace in the hole, maybe. But with that Nexus snipe, he set himself up to slam dunk this one home and grab himself a plane ticket to America.
Yes, he is. He stims up here, going for the extractor to start things off with the Vikings. All they need to do is bring down these Colossi. Stalker's actually doing a lot of damage to these Vikings, and surprisingly, First will hold on for just a little bit. He didn't bring the 4 extra Vikings with that force, so he was only 6 compared to 10. I'm surprised he went so adamantly there with only 6 Vikings.
Yeah, still in prime position to win this. ForGG, just got to keep building units. And 3rd command center done, +2 attack on the way as well.
Well, extra Warp Prism is going to be added on here, and Storm first feels that he has room now to start it, but he's going to see this army in the middle with this Observer. And once he sees that, does he think he can't buy time to get Storm out? He has to have it. He eventually has to get it. So, because there's only 1 Colossus left to contend with all of these Vikings. He doesn't have the AoE capabilities without Storm. Dun, dun, dun.
Gonna be difficult.
Run away. Oh, the Mothership Core is going to die as well. All right, okay. This is going from bad to worse. The Colossus is going to fall. And this Bioforce, all it need do is stim up, run away, stim up, run away. It gets the Nexus as well.
The Vikings. Fight with the Vikings.
Yeah. He has too much power behind this. Storm will finish up in just a little bit, but by the time he even gets here, he lands this factory as well, starts Widowmine production.
Oh, he knows.
Not.
And if I'm not mistaken, this will be the first time that ForGG competes in America. He's in all of his StarCraft 2 career and Brood War, he's never played StarCraft in America. So this is a pretty big moment for him right now. And all he's got to do is finish this one off. It's 1 Nexus versus 3 command centers. Just take your time, play it slowly, don't mess it up. And correct me if I'm wrong, ForGG fans, but I'm quite sure that's true. He'll be competing in America for the first time here if he just finish this one off.
And it's a big stadium, a big stadium. So it's going to be a very, very interesting one in San Jose, that's for sure. Warp Prism's trying to do something. Storm drops go down across a lot of that SCV line. He's killed off a lot of workers during this game, but it hasn't been enough to equalize up the odds of losing Nexus. What was that? Was that a pylon?
Warp Prism.
Oh, it was the Warp Prism?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I don't know.
How the hell has he got a pylon behind the mineral line in the base?
There was a what? I need to watch back. It was... no, it must have been an Archon. It must have been an Archon that he morphed in. But the Warp Prism died before that. I was like, wait a minute.
Something from the Warp Prism, unless he dropped the probe and built a pylon, James.
I mean, one can dream.
That would have been pretty epic. 3 medivac drop to the main, and there is nothing there. ForGG Mageddon!
Oh yeah, there's a drop. Oh well, he'll get the Templar Archives. It's got to that point where it's a foregone conclusion. ForGG is just rocketing
Another
away.
Nexus. Oh. He's going to get 2, maybe just the 1 in the main.
Gets pushed away there.
He's dancing with these Bioforces at 1-1 upgrades, while the Marines and Marauders do have that +2 attack now, so dealing a little bit extra.
Can do anything he wants, apart from stand right in top of the storms, but there you go. Kills off Zealot after Zealot, pushing this away. Even killed off the majority of the forces in the main.
There's a lot more units coming over the other side of the map as well.
Yeah, and the gold base just funds everything.
Yep. And now the Immortal's exposed, and that's going to be it. That is the only firepower left that First has to his name. And with these gone, that is going to be it. First does not qualify, ForGG does, and goes with Vortex hand in hand as the top 2 from the European Intel Extreme Masters San Jose qualifier.
Fantastic stuff. So congratulations to ForGG advancing on. Vortex and ForGG now will get their opportunity on the 6th and 7th of December in San Jose. It's going to be good.
So both players, Vortex and ForGG, never competed in America before. Get their opportunity to fly over there.
Someone said on Twitter that I think Vortex was in IPL at one point, and then he replaced Naniwa. So he has been there once, but Vortex it was a long time ago.
But I'm definitely positive on my ForGG one.
All right.
So yeah, congratulations. That's pretty awesome to see these two go over and represent the European region. We'll be competing with the best, though. Of course, the Korean and American qualifiers are upcoming. The Asian finals are on Thursday. Korean qualifiers leading into the Asian finals are on Wednesday this week, and then the American ones to be scheduled. So a lot of more awesome StarCraft 2 action from the Intel Stream Masters coming up soon. Yeah, awesome is an understatement. Every time we get the Korean qualifiers and the Asian qualifiers, they're always filled with fantastic games. Yeah. So it's always a treat to cast those. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of good games. But once more, congratulations to Vortex first place. ForGG second. All right, and that pretty much does things for us here at the qualifiers for the Intel Extreme Masters. Join us on Wednesday and Thursday when we'll have more action from StarCraft. But for now, that's it. Bye for now.